After a long wait, I've finally returned with a character tier list. I know, it's been a while. Finally, I've had the time to test all characters again with new stuff. So here it is.
No. F-E-D-Z-B-A-S.
The tiers are made so that if you have like a character in E tier and unlock a character that is in D tier, you will most likely be able to use the D tier character instead. However, there are a few exceptions. Now, some characters are, well, specifically good for a specific game mode, so I'm going to try to cover those. Otherwise, this is probably going to be a pretty good estimate on which character you should get next. So basically, if you had, for example, 3 characters in different tiers. If you had a D tier character, E tier character, and F tier character, let's say you have Kirito, you got Alice, and then you got like Emilia. Just a random loadouts. And then in my opinion, you would then use Kirito as the main and the other 2 as assists. And in this case, probably for both rates and dimensions, because Kirito is better than both of them in rates and dimensions. If you were to unlock a better character in like C tier, for example, even if it's just Denji, which is like low C tier while Kirito is high D tier, you would probably want to have Denji main instead, and then Kirito first assist and Alice second assist. There are exceptions where the assist is better. For example, if you have like Rengoku and Alice, then you would actually want Rengoku instead of Alice because Rengoku is a better assist. You can check my assist tier list for that if you want to see if the character is worth to be assist or not. But that's just a general rule on how it works. If you have like a D tier character and get a C tier character, you probably want to use the C tier character instead. That's generally how it's gonna go, and that's how I place these characters. They're almost equally as good in the same tier. You can use them likewise. So if we start at the bottom with no, I just came up with a random name. Here is the non-awakened Saber, non-awakened Rimuru, non-awakened Priestess, and awakened Priestess. So they are just 4 gem characters, 1 awakened. They're just not like worth it. The reason I have them in the tier list is because they actually can awaken, these 2, and these are like awakenings, so it's worth to have in the tier list because it's awakening, but it's just actually not that good. She's like, Priestess is good at healing, but that's about it. She's not that strong at all. For your own benefits, she doesn't have any. You don't get any own benefits, so it's not really worth it for you to use. And Saber and Rimuru are actually really weak if you don't have the awakenings. At F tier, we got a few other characters. We have like Luffy Vampire. He's really bad. Luffy Vampire is actually like dang bad. I didn't realize this until recently, but he's really, really bad actually. So he's not good in dimensions. He's not good in raids. And same with like Esteth, for example. She's terrible. Saber Awaken you can think is good because she actually has a pretty good awakening move, but she's actually not that good because she does not get like an attack bonus. Rengoku is very bad on awaken, just assist good. Katakuri, Demon Rimuru, and Emilia, nothing to them, they're just bad. Not a lot of damage, not good in dimensions either, so yeah. In E tier, we actually have like slightly better characters. For example, we have 2 boss rush characters right next to each other, and then Broly as well. We have 3 boss rush characters almost right next to each other, and all of the assists are pretty good, but as mains, these 3 are not that good. Broly is notably like the best in raids between these 3. And Alice, even though she does have a dash move, she's not that good in dimensions because I'm pretty sure it was because her 3rd ability is really bad and 4th ability as well. The 2nd and 1st ability are really good with Alice, but other than that, it's not that noticeable. Gilgamesh was good, but he got a huge energy nerf, so he's not that good. Broly just doesn't have the speed, he doesn't have a movement, he doesn't have the AoE, he's not that good, but the damage could rack up to a decent amount at least. Katakuri Summer is better than Katakuri, but he's not that good. Nothing much to say about him. Also, again, thank you to my members, the beneficial ones being Dirtlord 932, Snowy, and 3Zs, and the recognition members being Lee, Zerobot, Andrew Matteo, and Aim Neptune. Awaken Rimuru is okay. Awaken Rimuru is actually like pretty strong, so they can deal a lot of damage in raids, sort of. And in Dimensions is also fine, but you can definitely awaken another character that's just better, so it's not worth it. And yeah, there are better characters without the awakenings as well. Levi and Naruto 6 Pass have never really been good mains. Naruto 6 Pass is okay in raids, I guess, but really, these two are not mains. Levi is just, if you want to awaken him, this is just an assist. D tier, we actually have Rengoku Awakening, and I put him here because he's terrible in Dimensions right now. In in Slime Dimension he was okay, because his 5th ability could actually do a lot of work, and his AoE was sufficient. But now, I can't say the same, really. He's really bad in Dimensions, and raids he doesn't even get a lot of damage. You can test it yourself. We also have Gear 5 Luffy and Astolfo. I'm putting Astolfo above Gear 5 Luffy. Astolfo is a great buffer, but other than that, he's not the best in raids. He's okay in Dimensions, so it's okay. Gear 5 Luffy is just really mid and everything, so I'm putting him here. He's actually better than a lot of characters below, but I would not get him for the same amount of, like, he needs 3,600 raid tokens to buy. And you can buy someone better for cheaper. So it's just not worth it overall usefulness. So like, if like this was a tier list on how useful they would be, it would probably be a bit lower. But since it's just a tier list on like how good they are as a main right now, I've changed the topic. Gear 5 Luffy is gonna be here for now. Gojo is the great boss killer, but he sucks as a dimension clearer, so I'm putting him here. Yurichi is kind of like opposite, but he's like an okay dimension clearer, but sucks in raids. But he's not as trash in one game mode as Gojo is in Dimensions, so I'm putting him a bit higher. Zoro Summer is basically the same with Gojo, just very good in Dimensions, but not that good in raids. He's actually on par with like the good ones like Ryuka and stuff like that. He could be top 10. But he was actually top 10, but then new characters came out. Tengen and Kirito I'm putting at top of D tier. They're both pretty good in Dimensions, not that strong in raids. That's about it. In C tier we have 3 pretty similar raid characters here. They all deal okay amount of damage, and they're all okay in Dimensions. They're actually not too bad. All of these are pretty viable. Denji is just overrated. Well, he was overrated. He's not bad, but he isn't OP, like people might have said before. Eren, same thing, and Infinity Gojo is not as bad as people think. He's actually really strong, one of the stronger ones, but in Dimensions he just can't keep up. I also have the Awakened version of Gear 5 Luffy here. Pretty good actually. Gear 5 Luffy isn't too bad, but yeah, he's not that good in Dimensions. In raids, not either, but he's actually better than these 3, and yeah, he's actually not too useless, but I would not awaken him at all. Then we have 4 characters that are okay similar. Milim being the exception, because Milim is one of the better ones in raids, like top 3, not anymore. I think she's the 4th best right now, because Celestial, but she isn't like good in Dimensions. She's not trash though. So I'm putting her at middle of C tier. We got Ryuka, Koshiba, and Kirito Awakening. Otherwise, Ryuka is great in Dimensions, okay in raids. Putting her here. Koshiba is really good in Dimensions, but not as great in raids. A bit better than Ryuka though. So Ryuka is just fallen off, man. And Kirito Awakening is actually really good in Dimensions. Worse than Kirito though, Kokoshiba though. But he's much better than Kokoshiba in raids. So I'm putting him here. In B tier we have the great characters. These characters can all be used very well, but you'd rather have another character above. But these characters are basically the best you can get right now that are like not Roblox locked. So we have Nezuko, 1600 gem character. She's great in raids, she's great in Dimensions, even though she doesn't have a dash. She has great AoE and great damage, so it's fine. Goku's really good in Dimensions. He's actually not too bad in raids, despite what people say. Yes, I've said that Aizen is not the best, but that's just for the price. He's actually pretty good. Aizen is really good. He's really good in dimensions. He's okay in raids, one of the better ones actually. But for 2000 Robux, I would not say that he's that good. Ichigo is really good in dimensions. He's probably top 5, but he's not the best in raids. But for a raid character, he's actually really good. I would say that Shanks and Obito are both better than Ichigo though. Because those are just better in raids. Sure, they are slightly worse than Ichigo in dimensions, but these two are still good in dimensions, not even that much worse, but a lot better in raids. And the reason why I have Obito above Shanks is because late game Obito is actually just better than Shanks. In Infinite, in dimensions, in raids, and everything, he's just better than Shanks by a bit. And the assist is just the same, so Obito is actually better than Shanks. So yeah. In A tier, here is the last character that you can get for free now. Free. Levi Awakening. Actually, you can get Shadow Monk as well. But Levi Awakening, he's really good as a main. Like, he got a huge buff from the Awakening move. Unlike the other ones, maybe like 5 to 10 spots. Luffy, Rengoku, Rimuru. Yeah, Levi got a huge jump ahead. He's actually really good in raids, really good in dimensions. So Levi is like one of the ones you could go for, especially now since Naruto's out. You can't get him anymore. Accelerator and Naruto Beast Mode, other than that, they're just the best raid characters. They could have gotten. Accelerator doesn't have a dash move, but he's still really good in dimensions. He has a speed boost, he has great AoE, great damage. You can spam him. You don't really need good stats to use him. He's great. Naruto Beast mode is better than Accelerator if you have good stats. Otherwise, Accelerator is gonna be better. So Accelerator is a bit more viable, and overall usefulness, he's actually more useful. So otherwise, I would have had it like this. But for now, it's gonna be like this, because Naruto Beast mode is actually better as a main in dimensions, and a bit better in raids as well. But that's only if you have good stats, because he has really long cooldown, so if you don't have Kurumi and good CDR, Accelerator is just gonna be better. Naruto Beast mode with bad stats might be like C tier somewhere, near maybe Kokushiba and Ryuko, but otherwise he's really good actually. We also have Makima and Naruto Beast mode Awakening here. Makima is really good. She's one of the better ones in raids. And in dimensions, she's not too bad. She's top 10. So I would say that she's one of the best characters. And Naruto Beast Mode Awakening. Man, if you missed him, it's sad. Because he was and still is the best raid character in the game. Such a good move for dimensions. He's really good in dimensions. It also boosts your damage, so it's fast. So it's such a good move in raids as well. It's just amazing, and yeah, he's the best character in A tier. Then we got through the final 3, the top 3 characters in anime dimensions right now. We have Ichigo, we have Saber Christmas, and we have Shadow Monarch. So it's kind of funny, because Ichigo is pay to win, 2,000 Robux, can't get him anymore. Saber was 2,500 Robux, 2,500 gems, so free to play, limited, can't get him anymore, can't get her anymore. And Shadow Monarch is pay to win, but also you can get him free to play after 4 months of grinding, and you can still get him. So for the longest time, Shadow Monarch has been the best character in the game. For example, Shadow Monarch was out, and then I think Goku, Aizen, Ichigo, Shanks, Obito, Levi, Awaken, Accelerator, Naruto Beast Mode, and Awaken, Makima, and Ichigo, plus Saber Christmas, all came after Shadow Monarch. So Shadow Monarch has always been the best character, and after that it was like Nezuko and Ryuko and Kokushibo that were the best, like the following up. If you look at old tier lists I've made, I'm pretty sure Kokushibo and Ryuko plus Nezuko were the top 3 after Shadow Monarch, and Shadow Monarch was always in a different tier. Now this is almost evidence of why I had it in a different tier, because now when there are characters in between, you can see that, dang, yeah, Shadow Monarch is just much better than those. So that's why I had him in a different tier before, because Shadow Monarch is so much better. But now we have a lot of characters that are somewhat good as well. But anyway, Ichigo is awesome in dimensions, awesome in raids, like top 5 in both. Saber Christmas, top 5 in both. You could argue that she's actually the best character in the game right now, but for me, no. I feel like endgame players in my server, people who can get like 10 billion damage, she does benefit. They do benefit from Saber Christmas, but for now, since I have the best stats in the game, I think for now Shadow Monarch is the best, and he's just the best for raids right now with Celestial and in dimensions as well. So I don't see Saber Christmas beating him overall, but that's about it. I have not rated Witch Megamin, Priestess Shrine, and Toga. If you're wondering about gem characters, then I am not rating them except for limited ones and awakening ones. Because at level 1, when you just start the game, you can literally get 1.6k gems like instantly and already buy a character. So I would just say that you should go for the better ones instantly, go for these better ones here in the tier list instantly. If I were to rank the best, the top 3, if you were to buy like a gem character, you would buy one of these 3 right now. Diablo, Power, or Misaka. They are all great. They're all really good for gem characters, and they're all like they're all like here basically. Basically in this order, I would say. Maybe even Diablo best. Or you can actually like flip these around basically however you want. All of these 3 are viable. In general, they're basically low C tier. So that's why it's not recommended to get any of these characters. For example, Luffy. Why should you get Luffy? The boss rush characters, Kokushibo, any of the permanent raid characters, North 6-Pass and Ragoku for assists even. And then these, it's not recommended to get them because these gem characters are just better. That's why you should try to get a C tier character above, so C, B, A, or S tier. And I would recommend personally to get Ichigo right now. Ichigo is really good in dimensions. He's also pretty good in raids. Or you can try to get Goku. Goku's also pretty good. But there's no stress right now. You did miss most of the best raid characters because now you can only get Ichigo, Goku, and Denji. Previously you could have gotten Naruto, so yeah. Anyway, the tier list is that, and I've spent quite a lot of time on it on a spreadsheet, so I have the spreadsheet in my videos, in the description, and including this one, and I'm trying to finish it so I can do gem characters as well, but in the meanwhile, I can do this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.
Thank you.